Good evening, hello and welcome. You're tuned into Times Now. This is Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Poonam Burde.
And I'm Meghna Deka. Focus continues to be the huge historic verdict which has come out by the Varanasi court, which has ordered that videographic survey of the Gyanvapi Mosque complex is going to continue and that the report will be submitted by the 17th of May in barely 5 days from now.
And the court's verdict is a massive vindication for the Hindu side, but a setback for the mosque committee that was trying to block this particular survey. They tried to float the theory that the surveyor was biased, but that did not cut any ice with the judge there, because that advocate commissioner, Ajay Kumar Mishra, continues to be there. He is going to be the man who conducts that survey, and there are going to be 2 more people who are going to be a part of that panel, Meghna.
Absolutely. In fact, that's going to be very critical, isn't it? How point by point, every objection which was raised by the Muslim side today was systematically snubbed by the court. First, that the commissioner was biased. Second, that the survey ought not to be allowed. And now the survey is going to be conducted. However, right after that, immediately you have the Muslim side coming out and saying that this verdict, this order is not acceptable to them. The mosque committee is already examining the court's order and has declared that it's going to be approaching higher courts.
I have got a certified copy of that order. If that order is not according to law, it shall be challenged in the higher court. This order appears to be not according to law. It is not sustainable. There are so many verdicts in this order that the court has bypassed it. So one of the most important facts is that there is a case of Deen Muhammad which has already been pleaded in the plaint of the plaintiff.
Okay.
And the judgment of the Deen Muhammad, copy of that judgment, has already been given to the Honorable Court for perusal. But the Honorable Court has written in its order that the Deen Muhammad, whatever is written in the Deen Muhammad case, the Hanuman Masjid Committee will raise this point in his written statement when they shall file their statement against the plaintiff. But my submission is when one fact already been mentioned in the plaint and the judgment of that copy is given to the court, why the court has not considered the finding recorded by the then civil? Because in that judgment, it has already been held that the mosque courtyard underneath land is a work property. When it has already been held as a work property, then why the right has been being claimed, and what is the necessity of the videography inside the mosque?
In fact, ahead of the survey, Times Now manages to get you the saboot as well. We've meticulously put together several of the maps, and Poonam, I believe we have an 3D model of the entire mosque complex which explains what's expected to be found.
Right, so we just want to show our viewers what exactly it is that the Kashi Vishwanath temple and the mosque looks like. This is that complex that you see on your screens. This is the Kashi Vishwanath temple. These are the 4 gates of that temple and the premises around it. Now, next to the temple is where the Gyanvapi Mosque is. That is the mosque complex. They share a wall there. In between is that disputed territory. Now, what you see on your screens now is the shivling, which is believed to be beneath the present-day mosque. There's also the shrine of Shringar Gauri, where prayers had to be offered, or that's what the petitioners wanted in this particular case. That on your screens is the images of, or the idols of Lord Ganesha and Goddess Parvati, and that is the Shringar Gauri shrine. That is the part that is now in the disputed territory, and that is also the part, Meghna, where the survey is going to happen, and a report for which is going to be submitted in the next 5 days.
Interesting, because here on Times Now we are getting you the inside track of what is expected from that survey with that 3D model. Meanwhile, let's go across to our panelists. Joining us today, Shiraj Nair, who is the national spokesperson of the VHP. Deshratan Nigam is joining us, a lawyer. Khaliqur Rahman, a political analyst, and Sarfaraz Wani, another lawyer. Khaliqur Rahman, if I can come to you first. Already the court categorically said that you have credible commissioners who are going to videotape the entire and survey the entire complex. Why are you still objecting to it? Why still say we are going to go appeal against it in the High Court? Why not accept a survey?
This is the clear violation of the Places of Worship Act 1991. It was very clearly defined, which is a part of the Constitution, and which was also
rejected that plea, Mr. Khaliqur Rahman, which you are well aware of.
Hello.
Khaliqur Rahman, the High Court has rejected that it defies and is against the 1991 Places of Worship Act. The High Court has already rejected that.
No, that's what, because see, what happened is it is an act which has, the Supreme Court has said that it is a part of the Constitution. So how can the lower court, reject it? And first of all, when the petitioners have approached the court should have dismissed this rather than, allowing the survey.
But this particular petition and the survey, Mr. Khaliqur Rahman, is not...
The judgment, in fact, is the illegal judgment. And we respect the judiciary, but the...
You are raising questions over a court's verdict, the same court that you were hoping would give you relief, sir. So that's interesting that you say that this judgment is illegal. But Sriraj Nair, I'd like to come to you. This Places of Worship Act is something that we often hear as we discuss this issue, but it's not even at the center of this entire petition. It has nothing to do with that. There is a survey that has been ordered. The Allahabad High Court has said that the survey should go on. Now, today's verdict is the third court strike, so to say, against the Muslim side or against the mosque management. Even then, we are seeing an attempt to, for some reason, block this particular survey. All that this team wants to do is go inside, look at what is placed where, take a videographic evidence of that and note it down and submit that report to court.
See, the government should have intervened in this.
This is a nation which gave an opportunity for a free and fair trial to even Kasab and Afzal Guru. So, first of all, respect the court. You cannot, now this person was telling that it's an illegal order. Now, we have to, this nation is not a banana republic. This law of the land in this nation is supreme. So we have to respect the court order. We wholeheartedly, we at VHP Bajrang Dal wholeheartedly welcome the court's order. And why are these Muslims scared? And one more very simple thing. Is Nandi a part of the mosque? Is Shivling a part of the mosque? This is absolutely everything. We are living in a world of technology and science. Everything is very clearly visible. Nothing can be hidden nowadays. Science has grown, and it can prove the age of a stone also. So everything, we are living in the world in an era of technology and science, which these people don't want to agree on. So let us respect the verdict. We wholeheartedly welcome the court's
you
order.
You cannot keep the truth hidden, and more importantly,
exactly,
the court has given an order. Why is it now being communalized? Why is it that efforts are being made?
What
does Shivling and Nandi got to do in a mosque?
As per the Places of Worship 1991.
Okay, let Mr. Sarfaraz Wani come in. Mr. Khaliqur Rahman, let's listen into what Mr. Sarfaraz Wani is a lawyer himself. What does he think about the court order being communalized now?
Ram Janmabhoomi dispute in 1991 was a lesson for all of us. And to undo what was done by that dispute, there was an act which was brought in, because there was an apprehension that now people will start filing suits. Somebody will say mosque is a temple, somebody will say temple is a mosque. To do away with this, there was an act which was brought in. The act, the Places of Worship Act, the Special Act 1991. And this act provides that prior to 1947, whatever was the status, that will remain the same. The act in this section 3, section 4 says that will remain the same, whatever is the status, just to do away with the practice of filing of suits. Then somebody will say temple is a mosque, somebody will say this church is a mosque. So to do away with this practice, the act was brought in, right? Now, by filing of this suit, this is a clear violation of the suit, because the act in itself carves out certain exceptions, and this dispute does not fall under that exception. Number second, my second point, let me complete. My second point is that if the petitioners, the respondents, that is the non-applicants, had an apprehension with the commissioner, that commissioner is not fair, Why did the court did not allow their application for changing the commissioner? That's important.
Because they perhaps didn't find merit in it, sir.
You are talking about a fair trial, right?
Right.
You are talking about a fair trial. You are talking
and
about
it is in the justice or it's in the wisdom of the court that you also put your faith in when you approach that court. And in that wisdom, the judge found no merit in the argument that was being made that a said particular advocate commissioner was biased. And Desharatan Nigam, you're a lawyer as well. This 1991 Act of Places of Worship Act is often cited.
Let me rebut this point. As a lawyer, I will say one point. In matters of this nature, which are very serious, where there is an apprehension that it can even lead to disturbance all across. In matters of this nature, the court should have allowed this application and appointed some other commissioner in whom both the parties...
You're a lawyer, but you seem to have very little faith in the wisdom of the courts.
I told you, when the matter is sensitive, even the Supreme Court goes by this. Even the Supreme Court goes by...
Sure, so let Desharatan Nigam, another lawyer, respond to you on that. Desharatan Nigam, 1991 Act, as per the Constitution, this petition should not even have been entertained. Forget giving an order that goes against the mosque.
In fact, let me go step by step. Somebody was just saying that temple is converted into mosque and mosque is converted into temple and church is converted into temple and temple is... Show me a single instance where a mosque has been converted into temple forcibly or a church has been converted into temple forcibly. Entire history of India.
Was a mosque. Babri Masjid was a mosque. You converted that
into a temple. It was not even a...
Mr. Vani, you raised a particular point about...
Let me answer.
Mr. Vani, you raised a particular point.
Don't shout.
As a fellow panelist and as a fellow lawyer, somebody as an officer of the law, much like you, let Mr. Desharatan Nigam respond to the questions you raised.
My law allows me to
please put their volume down. Put their volume down, because I don't like to get into tutu memo.
Intolerant people, over-educated they be, they will never shed their mindset.
See, let me answer step by step. I have answered that. I have not come across...
Mr. Nigam, go ahead.
Unfortunate timing. I believe that there seems to be a bit of a video glitch there. Well, of course, Desharatan Nigam was saying, and I believe he's back with us. Can you complete your point, sir?
Yes. So far as Ram Mandir structure was concerned, even under Islam, if anybody who reads the Allahabad High Court judgment, clearly points out that you cannot build a mosque forcibly over any other structure, bring it down. So what he's talking about is about the subsequent step, which was only a structure, even the courts have said so. Now let me come to 1991 Act. 1991 Act Section 4, subsection 1 clearly says that the nature of the place cannot be converted. It has to remain what it was at the 15th August 1947. Now the entire place has continued to worship since the time immemorial. So nature has not been changed. Please remember, it is the entire property has to be seen, not just the part of a property and you can raise that. So that is a matter of interpretation where the court will look into it and come to some kind of a conclusion. Therefore, prima facie, you cannot come to a conclusion that 1991 Act is not applicable. Now, let me tell you, if you run away from truth, the truth will run after you. It is very, very clear that people want to shut their eyes to the manifestation, the truth which is so visible on the walls, even everywhere. Right. They don't want to accept that this temple was destroyed by Aurangzeb. That is where the problem arises. Now, if the parties accept it, probably Hindus will say, may give some concession, may come on the table.
We are not taking any position on it. We are just saying, let the video survey happen. And those who are blocking the video survey, what is it that you are trying to hide? Well, those are simple questions. Today, we didn't get any straight answers to that. However, we're running out of time. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us.
We're taking a quick break here on this broadcast, but lots more lined up for you on Times Now, so don't go anywhere.